Hello everyone, this is Raxel1447, yet again! Now I know what you're thinking. You gotta hear your annoying ass voice twice in one night? You're on a roll. Well, yeah, I am on a roll, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Let's just say it's a bit of a mixed blessing. So, after my Smile Dog investigation, I decided, you know what, just fuck it, do Slenderman. And I realized, and I was putting Slenderman off not only because I'm a pussy, but only because I was planning on downloading both the original Slender game, the Slenderman game with the weird-ass blocky graphics, and the new Slenderman game, Slenderman Santorum. And I haven't downloaded any of those three games yet, because I'm too much of a pussy to. I also haven't watched Marble Hornets, and I know people are going to be like, this isn't accurate, you didn't watch Marble Hornets. Yeah, well, everything people just basically got from Slenderman is from the Marble Hornets, so there might be a couple reduxes here and there. I really wish I could play the game or record it, but Hypercam doesn't record sound properly for one reason or another, and I don't have a program that does, so if you guys could directly point me to a program that's preferably free, that would be nice. But I'm getting a bit off topic. So, there's the two Creepypasta investigation episodes back to back. This one is Creepypasta Investigations Episode 4, Slenderman. Most likely a part 1. This will possibly be a multiple-parter, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Let's get this over with. Now you may be asking yourself, what is Slenderman? I've never heard of it. Which is surprising, considering it's also been booming in popularity lately, at least for me. You know, it's been showing up in my related videos, and I've been watching PewDiePie play it, and various other people. Seriously, their jump scares are hilarious. But nevertheless, Slenderman is unnaturally tall, very unnaturally tall, like we're talking like over 6 feet, thin, black figure, very thin, and I'm a bit scatterbrained right now. Slenderman is a very tall, meaning 6 feet or over, figure who is unnaturally thin. He usually wears a black business suit that either has a red or a black tie. It varies. His skin is either white or very light pale. And what gets people is his face. His face, that's just it. He doesn't have a face. He doesn't have eyes, nose, mouth, ears, not even hair. He doesn't have a face. And yet some people claim that he has indentations of where his eyes are supposed to be. Now, a couple of his known abilities, from what I've seen, is tentacles. He can make tentacles appear out of his business suit. He can teleport, and he can hypnotize people with his tentacles. Now, it is mostly said that Slenderman is seen in pictures with missing children. He is seen in pictures with children. And at a first glance he's hard to spot, but then when you see him before, you go like, "Oh, he's so obvious. How come I didn't notice him before?" But once you know his visage or lack thereof, he will become very recognizable, and you will be able to instantly recognize him, even if it's not his face. Even if he's hidden among the trees and he's making his tentacles branch out to make it look like he's a tree. Then, yeah. Apparently, also when he appears, there's also a light fog, and he is seen mainly in forest areas, although there have been sightings of him in urban areas as well. We'll get to the if he's real, is he real, is he not thing. Now, he usually kidnaps children, or he kidnaps anyone of any age who learned about his existence. So, naturally, many people would be kidnapped by now or found dead, including PewDiePie. But it's people who are trying to dig deeper into what he really is that would be in jeopardy. And right now, that's kind of what I'm doing. If he is real, I am putting myself in jeopardy. I am at risk of being stalked, hunted, kidnapped, and killed, ultimately, by the Slenderman. Now, some say this is the lesser known because of its absurdity of it, but some say that Slenderman just wants $20. He's just stalking someone because he wants $20. So if you believe you're being stalked by the Slenderman, then always have $20 on you, because if he does appear in front of you, if he takes the $20, he'll leave you alone. If he doesn't, you're screwed. Now, some people say that he originated in German folklore, that he was a fairy, that he was some sort of fairy that punished bad children. The children did something bad and then ran away to the ran away to the forest. The Slenderman would chase them around until they decided to go back home and tell their parents what they had done wrong. So, if it really did start out as that, then how did it evolve from that to kidnapping children? There was one account of someone living by the forest in Germany whose son got kidnapped, and whose son was trying to tell him something important about the Slenderman, but the father didn't believe him, and one night he woke up to find the son missing, with only a scrap of fabric left behind, and he decided to leave his home in search of his son, and decided that his son was right about the black angel, he had called it. This scrap of fabric was soft. It was softer than cotton, and yet smoother than silk, a very odd fabric. I'm not even sure if one even exists, for that matter. Now, some people say that Slenderman is associated with the rake. I have never heard of the rake. I've only heard of it once or twice, but some people say that Slenderman could be in association with the rake. I don't know about this. I don't know what the Slenderman and the rake could possibly have in common. I don't know, maybe Slenderman takes the victims and the rake kills them. But that's a different story. That's a different Creepypasta investigations I won't get into for tonight, maybe. It is said that when Slenderman kills its victims, it rips apart their bodies and keeps them in plastic bags. So this is actually starting to sound like an odd, weird-ass serial killer than anything, a weird-ass psychopath than anything. That part's a little bit more skeptical. Now, I've mentioned that there are a couple games, about 3 I've heard of, games with the infamous Slenderman. All of them are in third-person view, and all of them you find clues about what he is and how to take him down. In the black and white blocky-ass Slenderman game, you find here's what I know. In the blocky-ass black and white Slenderman game, that's possibly the less creepy of it, and it has Masky in it for one reason or another. I'm not entirely sure why. Is that him out the window? No, that's not. That's a bush. I'm sorry. God, I did too much of this shit tonight. Hang on, I need a Coke. Thanks. Okay. Thank God for Coca-Cola. See, I told you guys I was gonna need a lot of Coke for this. That's another reason I haven't done it lately. I haven't had enough Coke. Coca-Cola, morons. Anyway, in the black and white Slenderman game with Masky in it for one reason or another, a little boy gets kidnapped on his birthday party. You're playing a character, and you have to figure out what happened. You go around and you find videotapes, and one of the videotapes points you to this building structure where you turn the wheel and a crow with a mask on it flies out of it with the key. You follow it, the crow disappears, leaving the mask and the key behind, and then you have to go back to the room where you could either pick up a videotape or a gun. Pick up the videotape, you watch the videotape, forgot exactly what it says, you pick up the gun, you kill Masky, and you kill Slenderman. Now, yes, Slenderman appears in the game. He appears in the beginning to kidnap the little boy, and after that his appearances are kind of erratic. I mean, he always appears to the right or left or behind you. If you stare at him too long, you're back at the beginning of the game. Or you go back to the starting point. And of course, Masky tries to kill you. At least several clones of Masky tried to kill you at some point. And if he jumps on you, you have to, I think you have to press the space bar rapidly in order to shake him off and to throw him to the ground. And I think you kill him because there's spurts of pixelated blood on the floor or whatever. And then when you get the gun, you can kill Masky, and then you can kill Slenderman, and then that's a game over, saying that you won. Which is leading us to believe that bullets are Slenderman's weakness. Right? I think this is kind of false. You see, there are no known weaknesses of Slenderman. Some people say it's fire, which could be possible, but unlikely. Because in a Slenderman fan movie I watched named Wendigo, in the end Slenderman was defeated in a fiery explosion. Although I didn't understand jack shit of that movie. Another weakness of his could be water. Not sure how that made sense. And I decided to add this weakness. Another weakness of his could be $20, because maybe that's just all he wants. Maybe he just wants $20. Maybe he's just a hobo. Who knows? How he can see and hear people? Don't fucking ask me. Now, in the other two Slenderman games, they're quite different, and they take a very dark and scary tone. In the first Slenderman game, which is just called Slender, you play as a girl, at least they're saying as a girl, you play as a girl in first person, and you have to go through this forest finding pages to this forest. As you find more and more pages, Slenderman will get more and more aggressive. Slenderman will start chasing you when you collected the first page, or you've gone 4 to 5 minutes without doing anything. Some people say that, if you don't do anything, just take a survey around the area, Slenderman will chase you. So you can just go ahead and memorize where all the notes are and then get them real quick. No, because that forest area is a very big area from what I've seen. And it will take more than 5 minutes to navigate them. By that time, Slenderman will have already chased you. And plus, if you wait the 5 minutes, he'll get more and more aggressive a note early. So when you have 1 to 2 notes, he'll reappear at far here and there, but obviously not a threat. 3 to 5, he starts getting aggressive. 6 to 8, he really starts fucking chasing you. He will appear next to you, behind you. If he appears close enough behind you, he will make you turn around with his tentacles, and he will catch you, and it's game over. Now, it's real that this person is carrying a camera, because you can zoom in and zoom out, and when you see Slenderman, the footage on it starts to get all fuzzy, which is another common fact about the Slenderman. The Slenderman makes all video camera feed and audio fucked up. That's another way to tell if he's nearby, if your audio's starting to fuck up. So if you hear this video blurring in and out, then he's probably right behind me. Oh, thank God. Okay, I have too much to live for in order to die right now, and I'm gonna keep fucking living. Now, of course, there's rumors of it being upgraded, and that there's rumors of a new Slenderman model with his tentacles actually floating out when he catches you, and there's also rumors of a daytime mode that I've seen in action, where you get to play the game during the daytime, which is, I don't know, it could be more terrifying for some people, less terrifying for others, I guess. I don't know. Maybe because it's daytime it brings some relief to some people, but to other people it's more scary because, well, you can actually see him better. You know, at nighttime you can barely see him. In fact, if he's far away because you only collected a few notes, the only reason why you'd be able to see him or know that he's there is that the video feed will fuck up if you're pointing the camera in his direction. Now, you're supposed to collect all 8 notes without dying. And what happens when you collect all 8 notes? Nobody knows. There are a lot of videos on YouTube that people have collected all 8 notes during the game, and yet they still get captured and die. There's no definite ending yet. I heard the game is still being developed like Pokemon, so I have no clue. So anyway, now another challenging thing is that people think, well, if the more you play it, the better you'll get. Wrong, because every time you start the game, the notes will go into different locations. This is both frustrating and challenging. This is both challenging and really, really fucking frustrating. Because then you're trying to think, oh, maybe I'll remember where they are. Nope, no, they keep switching destinations. They won't. However, that changes in Slender 2, or Santorum, as it's most commonly known. It's actually not a direct sequel. It's based on Slender, but you know what? I just call it a sequel just for the hell of it. In Santorum, instead of being in the woods, you are in this building. I don't know what type of building it is. It might be some sort of hotel, maybe apartment building, because there's like a public restroom. There's There's a laundromat. There's a bunch of things. There's even a fucking lion statue in it. No, I haven't played any of these games. I just got this from YouTube footage. So once again, your goal is to collect all 8 notes. Although I think you're playing as a dude this time, and this time all the notes are always in the same spot. So this is a game that you could get good at by just memorizing where all the notes are. Takes away the challenge, takes away a bit of the edge, but you know what? Some people actually like that. I don't know how I feel when I play this game. Probably terrified. Also, the music has a striking appearance too. In the first Slender game, yeah, I know they're not direct sequels. Leave me alone. In the first Slender game, when you get the first page, there's drums. Same thing in the second. Same thing second game. Still drums during the second page. Same thing. Third page, I don't exactly remember what happens because people use talking over the footage. However, though, in the third page of the second Slender game, Slender Santorum, you get this very odd, ear-jarring piano chords like dun or something like that, or something like that. It's very ear-jarring. It's terrifying. It makes you realize you're fucked. And once you hear those drums, you instantly know you're fucked, because Slenderman's after you. So once again, the goal is to collect all 8 notes, and has anybody even collected all 8 notes of Slender Santorum? Not that I've seen so far, because I've only seen one person play it, and that's PewDiePie. Yeah, I become a fan of his lately. Leave me alone. He's amazing. Okay, he's funny. I really like his amnesia videos. His Happy Wheel montages are hilarious. I don't care. Sorry. Trying to keep the mood light, not working so well. Anyway, so those are the 3 Slenderman games. Slenderman, Slender, and then Slender Santorum. I don't have download links for them because I'm not interested in downloading the games yet, but whatever. Now, on to Marble Hornets. I haven't watched Marble Hornets yet because I'm a little bit wary of it. But if I might do several recaps on Slenderman as I play the games, as I watch Marble Hornets. We will have to see about that. So, another thing associated with the Slenderman is apparently Masky and or Hoodie. I don't know who those are yet, but they're in the original Slenderman game. And some people say that they are associated with Slenderman. Although there's anybody who ever makes a good Creepypasta serial killer team, it's Slenderman and Jeff the Killer. That's all I have to say. Now some people say he's also associated with something called the operator symbol, which is a circle with the X in it. Some people say that if you have the operator symbol on you, it will deter the Slenderman. Others will say it would only provoke him to follow you. Not entirely sure. Now, how to tell if someone is being stalked by the Slenderman? Yes, there is a way to tell this, and there are several symptoms to this. There's going to be lots of paranoia, a lot of nightmares, but most particularly two that I've noticed and I've found odd is random fits of violent coughing and a strong addiction to pills. I have to ask myself, why? Why is Slenderman suddenly wanting to get me all jacked up on pills all of a sudden? What the flying fuck? Pills? I don't really understand the coughing either. So, I guess it could be said that Slenderman's like a plague, maybe? I mean, the more you know about him, the more he affects you. I'm not entirely sure how that plays in. I'm just not sure. So, there are obviously a lot of questions that arise from this, like the ultimate question, why do people find him so scary? That's a good question. Why do people find Slenderman so scary? I mean, at a first glance, he doesn't look that scary. He's just a really tall freak. He's just a really tall figure wearing a black suit that has no face. Ooh, shocking. But maybe it's the lack of a visage that people find so jarring, so scarring, so impacting. Maybe it's the lack of a face. Maybe it's the fact that he could simply exist out of belief. If you know about him, if you believe in him, and if you try to find out more about him, then you will surely be his next victim. Well, I've known about Slenderman for about a month and a half now. I haven't taken any pills, not even during my periods. Though at that point I really should, because they hurt like a bitch. I hate being a girl so much. TMI. I haven't had any coughing fits. And I'm always paranoid. And I don't have any cameras. Well, I have one, but I don't even use it that much. That's cats in the kitty litter. Sorry. God, tonight's been a long night, you guys. A very long night. I don't even know why I decided to do this. Things I do for you guys. But why do people find him so scary? I can't... What? Okay, a better question. Why do I find him so scary? That's a better question. What is it to me? And I want everybody who's watching this video, I want everybody to ask. I want everybody to ask themselves this question: why is Slenderman scary to me? If you don't, excuse me. Oh shit. Ignore that. It was a single cough, and I've been talking a lot. My voice is screechy. I'm sorry. Ask yourselves. If you don't find Slenderman scary, you're a lucky son of a bitch. But for those of you who are unnerved or frightened by Slenderman as I am, ask yourselves this: why do you find Slenderman so scary? I mean it. Why do you find Slenderman so scary? Ask yourself, why do I find Slenderman so scary? What is it? What is it about him? What is it about him that strikes fear into my heart, that makes me want to glance over my shoulder, okay, every 5 seconds? Like how I'm doing. I am a pussy. Seriously, I am. I'm a fucking coward. Why is Slenderman scary to me? And yeah, that's what I want you guys to think about. And if you guys have a reason, or if you just, even if you guys don't have a good reason, you guys just want to say Slenderman just freaks me out, the comments are down below. Please, it'd be appreciated if you drop me a comment, and or maybe even a personal note, and say, hey, this is why I find Slenderman scary. Blah, 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 blah. You may be asking, okay, Raxel, that's a question. Why do you find him scary? Personally, I don't know. Maybe because I believe in him. Do I believe he actually exists? Well, as I've mentioned in a couple Creepypasta episodes, I'm sure it exists. Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't exist. So, honestly, I believe with hesitation. A lot of hesitation. Mainly for safety on my part. Things just scare us. Some of us like it, some of us don't. Some of us like being scared, so we create monsters like Slenderman or the Rake, or people like Jeff the Killer, or we find controversies in popular innocent games such as Pokemon, or we find odd theories and plot holes in TV shows such as the Rugrats, or we come up with these lost episodes like Squidward's Suicide. Maybe we all just like being scared. And the more we believe in something, the more we're afraid of it. So maybe we're just scared of these things just because we know that just because we know. We're scared of these things because we've seen the videos, we've seen the pictures, as fake as they can be. We're scared because it's there. If it actually exists or not, it's up to debate. But we're scared because it's there, and we know it's there. And even if he's not real, even if it's not real, then our minds just think that he is. And Sardine is sniffing my foot. It's not easy doing these creepypasta investigations. as real or as fake as they can be, the writers and creators of these creepypastas, you have to give them a lot of credit. They leave a lot of questions unanswered. A lot of cliffhangers, a lot of things to make you think about. And when we think about things, it scares us the most. Some people have said that I am a very logical person. Some people have told me that I am a very logical person. I think this isn't true. I just have a high sense of perception to reality, and I have a high level of common sense. If that's deemed as logic in your eyes, then so be it. I tend to think about things a lot deeper than I should, which is why things like this scare me. Which is why things like Jeff the Killer and Slenderman and Lost Silver scares me. That's why Lost Silver scares me so much. To tell you the truth. I mean, that's another story for another time, but I think of things on deeper levels. When I hear about something, I want to figure out what it's about, why it exists, what about it? Is there any way to stop it? How did this get started? Any details? Any eyewitness accounts? Anything? And most creepypastas that people know and that I plan to investigate, not all of those questions are answered. And that scares me. And it probably scares all of you too when all your questions don't get answered. It's like you're taking a test and you don't know what the answer is. That scares you. Why? Because you're gonna get points taken off, and it might result in a bad grade, and you don't want a failing grade on a test. Which is why, and plus also, this is the reason why paranormal accounts scare a lot of people. This is why the occult scares a lot of people. Why ghosts and magic scares a lot of people. Why stories like this scare a lot of people. Why even things like space and how life was created and if the world will end, how will it end? Why these things scare people? What will happen? What would ultimately happen in the end? What type of life is there after death? Why? What? Who? What? When? Where? How? Why? If even one of these questions remains unanswered, we all get scared. We all get very scared. The lack of knowledge and the lack of solid answers, it scares us. It scares me. And this is why stories like Slenderman and Smile Dog scare me so much, because I don't know everything and I want to know. I want to know. And Slenderman scares me even more because if he is real, he'll probably try to kill me because I want to know so much. And I've only just started. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I may seem to take too much time on this topic, but you have to remember, most creepypastas do deal with things of the unknown. I mean, even if it's just a straight up scary story like Cupcakes, which is just a story just to twist Pinkie Pie's character. Oh, this story was horrifying. Oh my god. Ugh. I may be going on and on about this, but it's a vital thing about these creepypastas, and I think that's why these creepypastas scare us so much. And that's my overall goal of these creepypasta investigations, is to find out why these stories scare us so much. Why do we keep reading them? Why are they gaining popularity? Why are they scaring people? Why are they affecting me? Why are they affecting you? Why are they affecting everybody? It's because we don't know all the answers. I've read quite a few creepypastas that end on a cliffhanger, or that have somebody trying to investigate something and having to die in the process, where we don't know all the answers, and we're killed trying to find out the answers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pure essence of fear. Basic and yet most terrifying fear is not knowing the unknown. And I want you all to keep this in mind as you all travel into the depth of these creepypastas with me. And if you want to know more, then by all means, please stay with me and help me find out. Help me learn. Help us so that way we can be less afraid. Even if the answers may scare us even more, it's somewhat comforting to know the answers. Ignorance is bliss, yes. But sometimes there's just some things we can't avoid knowing. So if you want to stick with me and help me figure out the unknown, by all means do. And if you want to turn back, that's fine. But right now, I'm committed to doing this. And as far as scattered as the videos may be, I will continue on with the investigations. So, the ending topic. Do I think Slenderman's real? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as with many things in life, I just don't know. This is Raxel 1447, advising you to never look back. Out of sight may never be out of mind. And also, don't fear the unknown. It's very tempting to, but if you face the unknown with fear, yet dignity, you will always be the strongest person in life. Thank you very much. I hope to see you guys in the next episode. I'll shut up now.